Coach, talk a little bit about the quarterback competition, what you see coming back from spring break.
Well, it's kind of tough. We're giving the bulk of the work right now to Cameron and to Lego and to Austin King. It's kind of hard to get fourth guy Donovan, and he's in playing receiver last year. He's got a skill set we like, but from the mental side, so we got to get him up to speed. He gets some plays, so it's 3 guys. You want to get it down to 2 guys. We're trying to rotate them all where they're playing with ones. I think there's a lot of skill set with Austin King and with Richard Lego, but they're so young, they think so much. Danny's been here longer, so he thinks less and sometimes performs maybe better because he's just a little bit more competent, more time on task, more confident in himself because he's not thinking so much about the play call, the signaling, the communication. He's just got more reps. He's got you know a significant more time. He's got 2 years on, a year and a half, 2 years on Lego, and 1 year on Austin. So he's probably a little bit more stable short term, but sometimes that might be skewed because he's just been here longer. The other guy's skill set's good, so we just we'll keep working through it. I don't want to wait to decide. I don't want to rush to decide. They do have a chance to have some good surrounding cast. So right now it's Austin King threw a very nice touchdown pass, but he threw it at the end of practice. He threw it on a play though that would have been very vulnerable and exposed, and if it's for really probably got hit. And I go, now you're thinking that was a good throw, and it was, but if we were playing, I don't know if that was a smart play. And I'm not critiquing, like I don't think that was bad, but start learning that so you can protect your body, protect the ball, help us win. So they're just learning those things. So I'm not discouraged. They need a lot of work. And we are practicing long right now to get the defense up to speed and quarterback up to speed. So
It seemed there were big plays on both sides of the ball today. Has it been like that since the last time we saw practice, where it's a little give and take on both sides?
A little bit. I thought the defense in general though was a lot more consistent than they'd been. Probably had the better day today for sure. Won several of our situations and competitions, tackled much better. Offensively, they were a little bit out of whack, out of sync, and that's good to see because quite honestly, it was probably the opposite on Thursday, our first practice back. We ran and lifted a couple days to get them back and didn't practice till Thursday. So we've now had 6 practices, and I'd say based on what I saw today, I would say that the way we reward, we'll look at it, but subjectively, I'd say the defense has had 3 victories and the offense has had 3 victories. One of the comments from our defensive coaches, they're trying to get a good defense in place, and they think they're going against a pretty good offense. You know, even though we're trying to get quarterback figured out, you know, we do have good line play. We got several good running backs. Receivers are fine, and we're getting the tight end caught up and the quarterback up to speed. So for the defense, I think to challenge and compete early and have that give and take to me is encouraging from the defensive side of things. So I'd like to me, if the defense would have fit a couple plays better and eliminated a couple of big runs, the defense would have had a slam dunk day. They just let a couple plays get out of them. We had to clean that up.
On the red zone drills, it looked like Jordan Fuchs had a couple touchdowns there. How is he bouncing back from an injury-riddled year?
Yeah, okay. He still hasn't. He's lost some weight though. He's not as big as we need, and we're trying to be smart with that because he is coming off the injury. So he's getting some perimeter plays for whatever reason. Even coming off a spring break, his strength level and weight to play tight. Like Danny Friend's over 260 pounds last year with. And we had Brandon Knight at 280 and Cooper at 265. So he's doing a lot of stuff, but right now he's doing a little bit more spread because I don't want to put him in some of those matchups where if he's going against a 260 or 70 or 80 pound guy, because for whatever reason his weight's down a little bit. So that's a concern. We've talked about that. We want to get him, you know, 235, 40. He's been there before. He's under that right now by a little bit more than we need. And so he's doing some passing game stuff and some perimeter stuff, but we want him to be more of a complete guy. And so as we finish up spring ball and going through summer, he's healthy, but I'd like to get him stronger so he can be a little bit more well-rounded and a little bit more complete for us.
With the running back depth, you move some guys there. So Ricky Brookins move around the field as well. Is that something you're going to see with most of those guys?
Well, and quite honestly, you know, you would take Williams, as a matter of fact, and I worry about Ricky because he's been a very good player for us, and because we had the back steals and like he could play some receiver. Well, he's been playing running back, and we said, okay, help us out at receiver. And I really feel that Devontae, I get all those Devontaes and Dre's different. Devontae Williams and Camion could be guys that could play those dual roles. but because they've both played a little bit more perimeter, we're making them stay totally at back for blitz pickup, for inside running, for physical running, because I think they can go to the perimeter real easy. That being said, Ricky's been a running back, and we're making Ricky play in the perimeter. In reality, those three guys are going to be some wild cards that hopefully we can move around and do some different things. But right now, with the pads on and the physical side, we're making the receivers be more of a running back position, and Ricky being a true running back, but has a receiver skill set, we're making him play in space a little bit more. And that's not that position move, that's just an emphasis to make them a little bit more well-rounded. And we're not doing a lot of two-back stuff yet, but in time we'll start doing some two-back stuff and be able to maybe move some of those guys to different positions on the field.
Talk about the development of the defensive line, since we have so many new faces up there.
Yeah, they're doing okay. I mean, Coach Hagan's, I think encouraged. Same time, Robert McCray got a bad turf toe, and they put him in a cast here for swelling. And I don't know if we can get him back here by the end of spring ball. We need him to. He's one of the few guys that's got him. We've had no major injuries. We did have a guy today crack an arm, and I got him in a cast deal. So, and it was a glancing blow. So we've been healthy, and like the way that we're moving in that regard, especially as much hitting as we're doing. That was we've had some pushing 3-hour practices with a lot of contact, a lot of plays. We've had practices by the time you do a combination of Skelly and team that had 160, 180 snaps in it. And so we're getting a lot of plays, and the team's holding up well. But the D-line does need to grow, and I think McCray going to be a little limited here for some few weeks hurts them. Ralph and Nate Hoff have been solid inside. Jacob Robinson's coming along nicely, but we need a group. We're getting some decent play out of Jameris Bowen. Now Sykes and Greg Gooch are doing some things on the edge that we like, and we just need that thing to come around. We're going to need about 10 D linemen, so we're going to need some guys to keep coming up.
I mean, you have new pieces at center and quarterback. How's that exchange looked? Being that you're not allowed
not bad, because again, Wes Rogers is a fifth-year guy, and Jacob Bailey, although he always had a little bit of a bum knee, we don't over-practice him. He's a fifth-year guy. And then from there, though, it's Simon Stepniak. That's a guard center. We're training. Hunter Littlejohn's a center guard. We've even messed around some, and we're not over-practicing, but Dan Feeney would be in the mix. We got Brandon Knight, so we'll have 5 or 6. But because we're a shotgun deal, it's not as stressful, and we're able to get so much year-round just snapping to themselves, so it's been manageable.
Talk about the tight end group. Basically, you have to replace your top 3 guys from last year. What have you seen from that? Well,
Danny Fran was one of the guys that was in the top 3, and he's had his best winter, and he's strong and in shape. Jordan's looking good, athletic, but I don't like his strength and weight right yet to be as much inline tight end, but we want to get him there. Those are about 4. Now we moved Ryan Watercutter. Austin Dorse has been doing very, very well, and like his progress, he's the guy that got his arm hit the other day, and they cast him up here. So we got to see if we can get him back. He's had a great offseason. We signed 3 guys, the JC guy and Ian. I like Sean Bonner, and I really like Tyler Natee as a hybrid kind of running back, H-back guy. So that group's going to be fine. Today we were even playing some offensive tackles out there at tight end, just like we did with Brandon, just to have the big boy presence of run game and pass game. So when you're a spread offense, if you don't have a good tight end, you're going to throw it too much, or you're running the quarterback a lot. And we're going to need that tight end position to come on for us. And they're doing. Coach Patton's solid coach. Ryan Watercutter's the guy we've moved over there. It was a linebacker. He's 235, 240. He's got a little niche, and he'll give us some depth. And he's a younger, been here 2 years. He's a walk-on though that's going to be in the mix, and been encouraged by what I've seen out of Ryan, which is good.
Almost halfway through spring, at least a number of practices. Do you like the way you guys have kind of approached the spring after coming off the bowl game? I mean, do you feel like?
Oh, very much. I thought the first of this week you're getting jumped off spring break. We had a great winter, a lot of energy. Matter of fact, you guys need to pop here. We'll come rolling this weight room in a minute. They'll be jacked up. So, love the competition, love the spirit. Don't think it's phony. Don't think it's cheesy. I think our coaches are doing a nice job. But these kids enjoy each other, enjoy practice, and we'll see if we can create that chemistry and energy. Need to be good. We got close to it last year, and we want to. Matter of fact, I just shared with the team. To me, I just think we had a great example of what our basketball team did, and just watching their chemistry and their leadership and the way they battled through things and the way they hung together. A lot of guys asked me last night, was I pulling for my alma mater or pulling for my employer? I said I'm pulling for Tom Crean and his guys, because the way they battled and the things they fought through, and to be that close-knit a team and to win the Big Ten by 2 games, it was pretty unique. And so I try to use those pictures, Yogi Ferrell's eyes, as pictures of things. So we'll see if these guys can create the chemistry that we got close to last year, and I thought we saw a great team over there do that this year. It's pretty neat.
So obviously, quite a few high school coaches here today. How big is that for you guys as the program to get all these in-state
You know,
coaches
really
here?
good, and it's not a bad deal. But the last few years, just by luck of the draw, our state association clinic has been the week of spring break, and they always want you to come up and be guest speakers and all that. For us, though, the coaches. You know, we got guys that go on so much recruiting. It's a week of family time. Go somewhere with your family. Take them to in-laws or parents, or do a vacation trip. So, you know, I just told the coaches, you know, if they wanted to go, they could, but I wasn't going to make it mandatory over that break. You know, some teams practiced over break. I think it's kind of good to enjoy your family and get a little bit of break. You only have so many days you can practice anyway, and so we all get the same opportunities. So. But we missed that, so we just tried to not make it a big deal. So we're going to have a fundamental practice. It's an open house. We're going to be NCAA compliant. But we had a great number of not only coaches, but we had some big-time programs we appreciate. And our place is always open to the high school folks, and it was neat to have a great turnout today. Guys, cool?
Yep.
Good. Check